Hey YouTube, welcome back to a special episode of the Lincoln Williams Show. Today, I'm going to be reviewing The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds for the 3DS. Now, this is one of the first 3DS games that I've ever bought for my 2DS system. Now, basically, this has got to be one of the best Zelda games that I've ever played. So let's get into it, shall we? The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds basically takes place. Link is in a dream, and he sees a darkness like capturing Princess Zelda, and you can hear Zelda in the background. Link gets woken up by his little brother named Gully, and he figures out that he's a blacksmith. And the story overall is great. The setup is great, and the environments are great. It's actually a sequel to A Link Between Worlds. This is what this game is based off of: is a link to the past. Sorry. Basically, Link must go to one of the guards and deliver a sword. But unfortunately, the guard is at Sanctuary. So Link has to go to Sanctuary to deliver the sword, which something goes bad in the Sanctuary when you arrive there. Once you figure out how to get into Sanctuary the way around, a back way, then you meet a mysterious witch named Yuga. Yuga is she's like a sorcerer, and she turns people into paintings. Great. Now, you meet her again in level 1, and you meet her in Hyrule Castle again. Overall, she's just a great boss to encounter in A Link Between Worlds. And she's like a perfect villain because she looks like Ganon from the other games, which is sort of shocking to me. Basically, after you tell Princess Zelda, the news that Yuga's out transforming all of the 7 sages into paintings, Link must gather 3 pendants, which unlocks the Master Sword, which basically Link will have to go into the Dark World and collect all 7 sages. Now, one of my favorite parts about this game is the dungeons themselves. The dungeons, you can go to any dungeon however you want. For me, I basically went through the Thieves' Hideout first because you don't need any items for that dungeon. You basically just need your sword. That's all. And your shield and your wits. The Thieves' Hideout is basically like this prison cell. You have to break this girl out, and that one was most exciting. And the boss in the Thieves' Hideout, you're not gonna believe me, a demon ghost. That is crazy. And he pops off his head just to make it look more creepy, and it is creepy. This is like a rated E game, and it's still creepy. Once he pops off his head and he tries to kill you with his sword, it's like creepy in the Thieves' Hideout. But I love the Thieves' Hideout. Up next I went to is this one place called Turtle Rock, which was a lava place, which is sort of interesting, because if you wanted to go to the lava place second, then I would suggest you can do that. There's the Swamp Palace, which is a water temple, the Desert Palace, which is the desert temple, the Swamp Palace, which is the water temple. And what was it? The Dark Palace. Oh yeah, the Dark Palace is like one of the most darkest dungeons in the game. it takes a little get used to. You know, the lights are off. You only have um, uh, a lantern. Basically, you have to like light your way through the dungeon to be able to survive it. So that dungeon was very interesting. Skull Woods, which is basically creepy at most times because you got those wall masters from Ocarina of Time. They splat on you and they try to take you away all the way back to the dungeon. So those guys were like, brought memories back. Scary memories though. Ugh. Even when I think about them, I just shiver a little bit. There's also the Ice Palace. In my opinion, that palace is one of the most difficult, difficult palaces in all of Zelda history. Because the Ice Ruins is basically like an elevator thing, and it's just a mess. You'll see it. You'll see what I'm talking about if you play this game on your 3DS. So that's the only drawback there is the Ice Ruins. I hate the Ice Ruins more than ever in this game. They're just insanely hard. But not too difficult if you have a walkthrough guide or something like that. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about the dungeons themselves. They're really great. What really shines about this game is the wall transformation. Now, Yuga basically just casts a spell and turns you into a painting, but she doesn't entirely turn you into a painting because you can shift through walls and pop out in any moment in the game. I really enjoyed that, and basically. One of the most things that got me into A Link Between Worlds, it has to be the music. It has to be the music. It's like one of the most greatest things about this game is the music itself. It's like it's uh, is basically it's like a repercussion of A Link to the Past music. Sorry, I froze there for a second. But anyway, the music is fantastic in this game. I highly recommend that you listen to the soundtrack first before picking this game up because it's awesome. It's extremely good. It gets every instrument percussion right to the theme of Zelda, and I just adore the soundtrack out of this game. It's so good. Basically, yeah. After you, before I mention the storyline, um, I predict that Yuga is Ganon's wife. Yeah, I know it's hard to explain, but Yuga emerges with Ganon. Like, he and she are now a big beast. And the boss fight, it got my heart pumping because I thought I was going to die the third time. And I had 2 hearts left. 2 hearts left. That's how hard this boss gets. It's so difficult when you have a blue outfit on. But good thing I survived it because, because I'm like the king of these types of games. So yeah, that's all I have to say about A Link Between Worlds. The dungeons are fantastic in this game. Oh yeah, and there's also mini games in this game as well. Um, there's like baseball and like oh yeah, there's a survivor tournament over up on Death Mountain. So if you wanted to go to a survival tournament, go to Death Mountain. That is a one of the reasons why I love this game because it has that Death Mountain, um, you know, uh, activity like inside the game, so that's always good. And if you beat the game, there's also hard mode, which is, I don't know what it is, but I think it's definitely hard. Um, so yeah, there's The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds in a nutshell. You go through walls, you figure out puzzles. It's an awesome game, and the final verdict for The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds is none other. The best Zelda game that I've ever played, and through the entire series of The Legend of Zelda, is a legendary 10 out of 10. A must own for your 3DS collection, and overall, it's the best Zelda game that I've ever played. Okay? That is it for this review. I will see you guys all later on the next Lincoln Williams show. I'll be back someday, YouTubers.